bugging me. Oh, and my hair. I need a haircut. Ugh. And apparently, I am lagging. Always nice. Always nice to be lagging in my own home. Lovely. Today we are going to be doing Hey Sheldon, we are going to be doing we're doing a Learn to Care. This time, hello Marie. This time we are doing the Dragon's Blood Tree. Both of our plants for today are fairly interesting. We will be doing the Dragon Blood Tree today at 1 p.m. and then later tonight at 7 p.m., assuming the creek don't rise and all heck breaks loose, we will be doing the Cafe Maroon, which has a really interesting history, I think. And I could be wrong. First off, I also want to say thank you to everybody for your comments. Amazing comments. Yeah, I don't know how bad it's gonna get, but they're talking severe thunderstorms, possibly. I am so done with it. But both of these plants are super interesting. Giving it a few more minutes to see if we get more people coming in. Well, yeah, springtime is always an interesting time because you get ups and downs, and anytime that you have a lot of heat or it's cold coming into an area, you get a warm front and a cold front meeting together and all heck breaks loose. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hi, this is the Natureverse. I am your host, Nature Guy X46. I love all nature, from the tiniest animals to the tallest trees. Today, we are talking about the dragon blood tree, or dragon's blood tree. Now, this tree grows on islands or island in the Indian Ocean, just sort of south of the Arabian Peninsula. Or so that's what I read. Another site claims the tree lives on only one island off the coast of Yemen. It's in an archipelago, so who knows? Its name, the dragon's blood tree, comes from the red sap that flows through the plant. And during the Roman Empire, this resin was used as a medicine and as a red dye. If you ever see a picture of this tree, you might think it looks a little bit off, and that is not by accident. It goes up and then like an umbrella. But it looks that way on purpose, because what happens is in the morning, there is a breeze come in off the ocean, and it brings with it mist. And that mist settles out on the tree leaves, and as it builds, I have a feeling that I'm not keeping up with messages again. See if I'm right. So the water condenses on the leaves and that water will flow down. Hey guys, if you like this live, make sure you give it a like because that helps more people find me and the channel. So it helps me out. The water drips down off those leaves, hits the ground, and because it's a desert, it begins to load up with that water before the raised suns can evaporate that water. These trees are said to be 30 feet tall and can live for 600 years. The trees occupy a meager 10% of their original habitat. Even worse is that the islands are getting drier, which is not good for the trees. I gotta check something. Yeah, well, if you think about it though, I mean, really in the long run, for a tree, 600 years isn't necessarily a long time. Okay, she did get it. Okay. Because there are like trees like the redwood who have been alive since like the time of the Roman Empire or before. Yeah, they lived for a very long time. Not sure exactly how long. So why is this tree endangered? It was once a commercial source of dragon's blood, the resin from the tree. It still is, but it's not as popular, I guess, as it used to be. And so it's pretty small scale, but things could go south at any time for it. Logging is a problem, and one that I hope can be halted for the species' sake. Sadly, a bigger issue that isn't so easily fixed is climate change. And as the climate gets drier or gets warmer, the island gets drier, and this could mean that the plants could lose their foothold on this life. Also, the area is in conflict, as you may or may not know. So there's been some fighting in Yemen and around Saudi Arabia, and yeah, international funding and national save this tree has sadly dried up. So we're moving on into what is being done to save them. As I just said, funding has dried up with the conflict in the area ongoing as well. It makes working to protect them extremely difficult. In 2008, these islands were classified as a National World Heritage Site, which means they gain protection. Sadly, this area naturally is under serious decline as storms increase both in duration and in strength. Nature itself is hurting the trees. The trees, as previously mentioned, cover 5% of their potential habitat. So they're not living in what could be the best environments. And wow, things are like, I don't know if I'm not getting, it must, Yeah, it doesn't sound good. This is slow even for a Tuesday. Wow, guys, I'm beginning to get scared. I don't know what to think. This is usually my... Wait, this is Friday. Yeah. I hope Saturday is better. Maybe it's the subject. Maybe people don't care about trees. Maybe tonight will be better. Carol's not even in here. I really don't know what's up with that, but I can't wait forever though. As previously mentioned, these trees cover 5% of their potential habitat. They will see a bigger blow because by 2080, they are forecasted to lose 45% of their range. 45% of their range is going to be gone. Tourist money is what is helping to ward off extinction. People are paying to come see these trees. One guy in his 80s is running a nursery to help replant the trees. One website claims that there are more than 80,000 of these trees. I just want to say that numbers can be very deceiving. So just because I say 80,000 and that sounds like a lot, I mean, I would love to have $80,000 in my checking account. 80,000 when it comes to a living thing really is not a lot. Especially in an isolated area. Hi, Brooklyn. So it's hard to know just how bad the situation is there, because obviously we can't see it, but I imagine it's pretty bad. So I am opening this up now for regular chat because that's all I have on this one. Tonight we are going to be talking about a plant that is even more interesting than the dragon blood tree, and that is the Cafe Maroon. And it is pretty interesting. I need to start doing, I think, Sheldon and Marie, I think I need to start doing the Learn to Cares like I do the focuses, where I do 2 of them a day and then switch it up in the evenings. Where I do it in reverse, because it's only 14 minutes in and I'm already done. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. Brooklyn, how you doing? Where are you from? I am sorry. I'm really bad for only doing like part of the name, especially if I can't pronounce it. So let's talk about the Cafe Maroon. I know it's not exactly what's planned, but I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste my time. So you already know who I am, but I'll say it again. This is the Natureverse 4.7. and I am your host, Nature Guy X46. We are going to start talking about the Cafe Maroon. Yeah. Cafe Maroon is thought to be extinct, or was thought to be extinct. It is a relative of coffee and is called Cafe Maroon. Unlike our last plants, this plant is critically endangered. And for those of you who don't know, critically endangered is the next step in line to extinction. I have 1 like and at least 3 people in live. Can I get another like? Maybe? This plant is found on the Maritinan island of Rodrigues in the Indian Ocean. It reaches a height of 5 to 6 feet. In this case, no. In this case, no. It has something to do with something else, and we'll get to that. Its name, when translated, means brown coffee. It has a white flower that is star-shaped and has 5 petals. In the 1950s, it was presumed to be extinct. But then in the 1970s, 1 specimen was discovered when a teacher showed a kid a picture, and the kid said, hey, he knew where that plant was growing near his house. And from this 1 plant, cuttings were taken and planted at a botanical garden, and there work would begin on its cultivation. In 2003, we got our first good seeds from this plant. More on that later. This plant is pollinated by moths, and a fruit bat that is native to the island helps to spread the seeds. Now, this plant does something pretty darn amazing. I've heard of animals doing this. I have never heard of a plant doing it, which is absolutely pretty darn cool. Apparently, the flowers can go from male to female. And this isn't just something that happens willy-nilly. No, without this happening, this plant cannot produce seeds. Now, it can't even reproduce without it changing sex. So, who knew? I suppose you could just continually make clippings, but then really all you're doing is creating clones of the parent plants. No, I could not. Yeah, not the plant itself. The flowers change sex. Now, at some point, way back, there were goats and pigs introduced onto the island. This is something that sailors would do to ensure their survival. They would pull up to an island. Here's an island. They would pull up to an island and they would release pigs and goats. 2 animals that can survive and just about anywhere. And then when they came back through, they could kill a pig or a goat and have food. The problem is when you do that, pigs and goats will eat anything. And of course, along with that, you also get rats, potentially. And so, ever so slowly, something happened, and these plants began to vanish. So that by the time, I think it was the 1950s, this plant was thought to be gone. But let's talk about what's being done to save it, because this is interesting. Cuttings were taken and planted at a botanical garden, and this is where serious conservation work could be done. They were working on producing seeds, but they kept failing, and eventually they ended up with seeds. And then in 2010, something even more miraculous happened, and we got our first 300 successful germinated seeds. Now, perhaps, hi, Lachlan Simper. Lachlan Simper. Hi. Perhaps if nothing happened to these new plants, we might... Wait. I misread that. If nothing happens to these new germinated plants, we might see this coffee relative rise again. And I hope we do, because it's pretty sad that we can basically make a plant extinct and not have it rise again. Guys, I don't know what is going on, but I feel like I don't know what's going on. That is the extent of what I have for today. We are going to be redoing this, but we're going to switch it in reverse later on this evening. So for now, we can chat. Lachlan, where are you from? Idaho, awesome. I have family out there. Hopefully you're enjoying springtime. Awesome. We have had clouds all day. Not really crazy about it. Hopefully we don't have any bad weather, because I don't want it. We need the rain though. Robin Nest reports, for those of you who have been following, he is still sitting on the nest. He does have eggs. I don't know where they came from, because I haven't seen a female. Oh no. I heard they arrested a guy. A 19-year-old? Yeah, I'm so excited, Marie. I hope that with the storm tonight, if it comes, that he's got a little bit of protection. The nest sort of sits right below the gutter, so we'll see. I hope everybody is having a chance to get out and enjoy the weather. Yeah, it sounded like it's arson. Which is terrible. Yeah. It's an American robin. I don't have a really good picture because, unfortunately, they don't, unfortunately, every time I get where I think he can't see me, he, of course, sees me and flies the coop. Which, I can't blame him. Yeah, I don't have any good pictures of him. But he's sitting up on that nest day and night. Maybe one of these days I'll catch the female. It could be a female that's up there sometimes, but because it's in the shadows, it could look darker than it is. I really don't know. It's okay. Carol, I decided that I'm going to do both the planned both the planned learn the cares like I do with the habitat, the exhibit focuses, because it just takes me it doesn't cover enough time. So I'm going to do, even if it just gives me another 5 or 10 minutes, it's worth it. So you might know that Willow got hurt. She was up in a pine tree, and I guess she came down and she injured her, I think it's her front right foot. It's obviously broken. She can't put weight on it. They're supposed to be taking her to the vet today. Don't know what's going to happen. And guys, even better news, I'm going to be a fur uncle, I think. Nothing's set in stone yet, but there's a possibility of another dog. This feels like a Tuesday, not a Friday. Do you guys like the new plant thing I'm doing? I started off with something sort of simple. It's going to be an all black German Shepherd pup. I don't know how old, but if she gets it, yeah, I will introduce you to him or her once it's there. I don't know if they'll actually get it or not, but that's the rumor. I'm going to try and figure out how to set it up on a short. That's my goal today because I don't like how it's done on the community page. So, I don't have any big updates from YouTube right now. I will try occasionally as I see stuff to post it because, I really liked. No, 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 no. I don't think Ivy is fixed, and I don't think that Ellie is fixed, but I don't think that could happen. And one of these days, I need to do a live down at my brother's house. Is it raining? Oh no, the dogs. If I leave, no, it probably is here too. Are you guys good? If I leave long enough to put them away? Or should I say goodbye and then come back and restart? Okay, I'll be back. Be back. If I come back and there's nobody on, I know to sign off. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to leave like that. Sorry, guys. Whoa! No, 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 no! It's King Ghidorah, the big one. I will get it down for you, Lachlan. Lachlan. This one. Sorry, guys. Dogs are okay. I got there, and of course I get there, and Ellie is locked up inside the petition in the big dog's cage. Sorry for my hair. It's even worse now than it was before. And she got out of the kennel as I'm trying to get him in, and then he takes off after her. So I had to round them up and get them put away, and it's insanity. So, yay. So I apologize for leaving. Did we lose is Marie gone? So I really don't know what I'm more excited about, guys. I don't know if I'm more excited about this or if I'm more excited to find out what this is. I'm thinking a bull or a tiger, maybe? I don't know. I'm not really good with shark's teeth. I do know one thing. I am not going to be allowing my nieces and nephews up in my room because stuff comes up missing when I do that. I'm not going to be showing my stuff off to them. Not in big quantities, anyway. Thank you, Lachlan. A little bit out of breath. Well, it does to me, except see, that's what I thought. Ooh, sorry about that. My shoes are wet. Except that these I know that right there is a tiger shark. Maybe it's an upper. It does sort of have the same sort of little tidbit on the side. I'm hoping it's a tiger. Guys, my phone has cut off chat again. I don't know why it does that. These so this is a modern day tiger shark. I know that's a modern day. I don't know about this one. I will have to I have to take the picture and get it sent in. So but I have a lot to go through. Some of them are broken. I'm thinking that might be another great white. The fuzzy edges that... Okay, we'll be back at 7. My time. This one, I'm thinking might be another great white. So like 8 o'clock your time? I'm wondering if this is another great white. But I won't know till That's definitely not. Oh, no, no, no. You got some Mako? This one? Sort of, yeah. Or this one, Sheldon. I was told Mako's teeth are not serrated. So, I don't know. But I have those. And all of those. And it gets me mad because I had Angustus that I had bought. And pretty sure it got nabbed. I'm hoping so the joke is going to be on my nephews. because I'm not giving my stuff away. It's not going to the family. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Okay. I don't like that the camera doesn't focus very well on this stuff. Hi, Jolie. How are you? Oh my gosh. I'm tired. Uh-oh, chat got disconnected. I don't know if you guys heard me or not. Can you guys hear? Okay. Yeah, it's been disconnected and okay, okay, it looks like maybe it's back. I can't. Once it disconnects, I either have to re-roll it or wait. And this time it wouldn't reconnect. So I'm hoping they have an answer on it by tonight on the possible tooth, if I didn't lose it. Which I did. Oh, great. I don't see it. There it is. Whew. That was scary. That was scary. I don't understand where everybody is at. This is not my phone. This is my Chromebook. Chat was fine on my Chromebook. No, if the phone had disconnected chat, I would have to restart chat. Restart live totally. It's because my phone is going that you guys are able to hear and see me. Those of you that are still here, hi, Jeremy Patch. The Chromebook does need to be updated. I saw a thing last night. Very cool. What part of what part of Africa? Everybody is welcome. Kenya, very cool. I don't think Kenya's that bad. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, I got it. Okay. Jeremy Patch Adventures, you must be a YouTuber. I mean, oh, wow. Not bad, not bad. You know what? From what I've seen, it depends upon where you live. I think Africans have as much resources as we do here, in places anyway. Hi, Owen. Depending upon where you're from in Kenya, yeah, you guys have just about everything we do. Maybe more. When it comes to wildlife, you definitely have it. You definitely have us beat. I think sometimes the media portrays places differently. And that makes it, yeah. But I've seen enough to know that there is there's good stuff. It amazes me how people think that people in America are so wealthy. I would just love to see history that isn't American history. I would cry if I saw a lion. Oh, trade talks, I would imagine. Sorry, guys. I should not be yawning, but. So, Jeremy, what do you do in Kenya? No, well, he may not even be in school. Okay, very cool. I don't go to a lot of malls. I will be honest. Hello. Japan would be cool. The food anywhere. Yeah, I think, yeah, Japan has the tech. No, China has, I'm sure China has tech, but Japan has tech. Robots that serve you sushi and all types of crazy stuff. But every country has their foods that makes them unique. Look up in the pinned message. Not to be rude, but if you're asking me anyway. It's just I get tired of I would love um I would love to visit Brazil. I'd love to visit Australia. You're okay, Jeremy. I'd love to visit Switzerland. I'd love to visit England or Great Britain as a whole. I'd love to visit the grave of one of my ancestors that lives in the UK. Hi, Christopher. I am so bad I do that all the time where I forget to say the second half of people's names. If everybody is related in Wales, that's kind of scary. Well, the fact that it didn't get flagged tells me something, so. So, for those of you who are wondering where the talk on nature is, yes, the red dragon in Merlin's image. Are you leaving, Jeremy? Jeremy Patch Adventures, are you leaving me? The famous vision by supposedly Merlin, where he saw the white and the red. I think it was a white and red dragon. I remember that tale. Okay, guys, I unfortunately my phone is at 15%. So I need to sign off. Unfortunately. I need to charge my phone, unfortunately, so I will be back later tonight at 7 p.m. My time. I don't know what time that is for all of you, but it's 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be back then. We're going to do a sort of a rebroadcast of tonight. So if you missed the nature end of it, you can catch it again later on. With that, guys, love y'all. Remember to never give up on yourselves. Always keep learning. Love one another. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.